Hello there, moin moin ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another IEM review. And today I have something for you probably have never heard of. I have at least never seen a video review about it, and also I've never read a review about it when I did a quick googling for it. So we are checking something out that you probably will not buy even after this review, but let's see what you actually get. If you buy the Xinhs, wrong orientation, Xinhs HS10. Yes, we are checking out they say everything is flagship for them, but yeah, this is their flagship IEM with 1 DD as you can see here and 3 XBA. So let's see what you actually get if you order this bad boy. As usual, packaging accessories. That's the packaging. It came in this and then this. There's no spec, there's nothing. That's how it comes. So really there isn't much to talk about here. It means we can directly take the accessories and we get this carrying case. As you can see, it's a chunky boy compared to my mouse. It's basically the length of my mouse. It's the depth of my mouse, as you can see. So it's a pretty big boy. But it's sturdy enough, as you can see, like a bit squishable, but not too much. You have this big zipper thing that you can grip. And some of the corners, like this one here, not the smoothest, this one neither. But these other two corners are totally fine. And then on top here in the carrying case you get the carrying net, which is nice, and you get this random set of silicone tips here in S, M and L. That's it, like there isn't more accessories you get with this one, so very limited. Then next let's tackle the cable, I would say, before we come to the IEM. And Xinhs is apparently known for cable, and in case you're asking how I found them, literally just went to AliExpress when I was like, okay, let's buy something strange, and then looked for something strange, and this is what I found. And yeah, their cables, I can already give you a quick summary here, are actually pretty damn good. This cable here, as you can see, is very smooth, like really see how straight it gets, like ever so lightly bent here only. The cores are medium thickness, but generally a bit on the thicker side. The waving, respectively twisting here, is done very equally. The strain release at the bottom is working. And further on top, let's go here. This is also fitting the style exactly as it should. And then again here the top, oh, I managed to tangle it now a bit. But this was really basically my fault now. Like usually this is pretty much tangle free. I've been trying to use it for like, give or take 1.5 weeks now. And I never managed to tangle it besides now. And the cables on top that go to your ear, as you can see, exactly the same thickness. Also twisting is done again equal. And the chin slider here actually is nice. It does stay in place without having too much friction. So again, working very well. And then, sorry, I forgot. The only criticism I would have here, but it's like annoying me a tiny bit. This is very smooth. It's polished aluminium, and that means there isn't much to grip onto. So if you have your new DAC amp, this will probably be a bit tricky to get out. But yeah. And then last but not least, let's quickly tackle the ear hooks here. Whoop. That's the second criticism I have of this cable. This bending radius, as you can see, is very small. Really, it should be more like this in terms of diameter, so it doesn't really create that much pressure on the back of your ears. As it is now, this will definitively create some hot spots if you have bigger ears, so medium-sized ears. And if you are sensitive as me, this can be a no-go. But if you just warm this a bit with some, without an IEM, if you want to warm it without an IEM and then just bend it a bit bigger. It will keep its shape and be bigger. But yeah, just out of the box, this should be a tiny bit bigger here. And last but not least, the connector here, as you can see again, polished or brushed aluminium tube. There's no criticisms I have, especially because you have an R indicator with this one. And that's it. Cable overall, I think it's a very nice cable, very well usable, and you really notice since it's coming from the cable space, this is really a nice cable. And then next, let's check out the actual IEM here, and let's see, this is one of those tight 2-pin connectors, so I guess I will not removing it, honestly. I don't feel like breaking it. Yeah. So, as you can see, this is a super pretty IEM, one of the nicest looking IEMs I've seen in a long time. It's so crisp, it's so transparent, like really, this is just looking so goddamn nice. I really dig the optics here. You can literally see the board we are using on top here to get the crossovers done. Really cool thing. And also the DD in here, you can see exactly how it is glued in, how it's wired up. Very, very cool. And also the BAs here at the front, really nicely visible. And you can actually see, yeah, this is one BA here and two BAs here at the front. It's really well done overall, I would say. And even the sound tubes, let me quickly remove this. I really dig this optics. This is so cool. I want more IEMs that look this transparent. And that means also the build quality of this is basically flawless. It's resin, it's a big resin shell here. It is a bit on the thicker side for resin generally. And really, I have absolutely no criticism. Also the 2-pin connector here, as you can see, seems to be integrated well overall. It's just a bit on the tighter side. And then last but not least, here at the front, you can literally see it's 3 sound tubes. And then we have the dampening filter here for the bass one. So basically filters out the treble frequencies. Oh no, wait, this is not, wait, let me quick check. Nope, this is not the bass tube. The bass tube is the small one here. So this might be the mid tube, I guess, from the size of BA here. This is the bigger BA. Goes here, and then it's dampened here. So this might be the dampener for the mid tube here. But yeah, really well done overall. I really have no complaints. And even they thought about here the small pressure hole. They have this inlet in here, which makes it a bit smaller, unlike the Xinhs here, which I will be checking out next. Yeah, this is actually then smaller and shouldn't be worried too much about dirt getting in. So overall, flawless build. And then next, let's talk about the notes, comfort and fit. And yep, this is a very well-fitting IEM. It is again a bit on the bigger side without being too big. And the nozzle definitively is a bit on the thicker side overall. But it isn't too long, and that means for something that I had mounted on here, let me just, I think, go back from the measurements to the video again. This is the ASLA Max tip, but also SpinFit Omni, SpinFit CP360, and generally all other smaller tips fit me really well with this IEM. Also helping here with the measurements I showed you before or now. Yeah, this is not aggressively angled at all, but it is definitively well semi-customly made. So it really fits me without any issue. And if I would change the cable, I think I could wear this basically all day. Like really, it's a nice fitting IEM here. And I've also no real complaints outside again, the nozzle being a bit on the thicker side. And then next, isolation. And yeah, I will again be comparing this to Xinhs here because it's from the same company. It also uses semi-custom shell. But honestly, this one here, the HS10, it just isolates a bit better. I think the main reason for this might be that the nozzle here is a bit, yeah, more chunky overall. And yeah, it's not solid, but it's like mostly solid resin. And also the resin itself seems to be a bit thicker with the HS10 here. So really, it definitely does isolate well. And with foam, I think you should be fine in basically all situations you can think of. Like really, this should be even fine for busy city centers. And I would describe it as isolating well overall. Next, drivability. And yeah, this clocking in at 14 ohms at 108 decibels. So it is very efficient on paper. And it's basically exactly what you would expect here. And that means also in reality, honestly, you don't need to worry about amplification with this hybrid IEM. I threw it on my random Apple dongle, it sounded totally fine, I didn't have many complaints. And then I threw it on my UP5, also worked fine there. And then I threw it on my desktop setup, also worked fine. Like, I think, again, upping the power to something like the UP5 maybe gets you like 10% more, so slightly better imaging, maybe a tiny bit tighter bass, but there isn't really much more to get if you up the power. So that means 90% I would say it gets you on a random Apple dongle. But now we come to the actual reason why this review will be relatively short. General sound characteristics, well, I throw you on the graph now and I will directly compare it again to the Supermix 4. Without EQ, this thing is horribly bright. It really is bright to a point it actually destroys the audio you're listening to. And I will basically make the sound section this time a bit short because there will be 2 sections only. The first one being without EQ, The second one being with EQ. Because without EQ, this really, I can sum it up, it's a catastrophe. Like really, it's the worst IEM I have listened to this year, probably also last year. It's really unlistenable. It's so bright, really, like there's nothing left of the audio here. Mostly it sounds like, but if you have a vocalist, he's very, very, very tiny ass and very, very far away. And instruments sound very artificial, if they are also not very small and they sound like they happen like meters away behind the curtain or something like that. It's really, really bad. And really, I can't say nothing positive about the non-EQ'd state here. Because even the bass is tame, so it's like, it's overall, it's really, it's worse. It's worst I have heard, and it's unlistenable. But let's come to EQ. Because if you see the graph and you're like, I guess this looks very easy to EQ. Yeah, it is super easy to EQ. It's exactly one filter that's needed here. -6 decibel at 800 Hz with an Q value of 0.6, so make a shelf filter out of it. This fixes this IEM completely. It becomes a completely new IEM, and it's very harmonious style tuned then, yes. But damn, does it sound good if you EQ it. Again, I really don't understand why they made it like this. Again, like let me stress, I gave the company a shot. I asked them, hey, I sent them the measurements, is this how it's supposed to be? The first answer was basically just, you can listen to it for a long time, and I'm like, but this does not answer my question. Like it's not an answer at all. And then I explicitly ask again, check my measurements, is this what it's supposed to be, or is my unit borked? They explicitly then answered, yes, this is how it's supposed to be. We can give you $20 back. I'm like, okay, I take the $20, yes, but this is not how it's supposed to be. And I strongly advised them to reduce everything past 800 Hz by about 6 decibel. If you do that, as I said, with the Q value of 0.6 with EQ, it's very harmonious. It sounds very good. It's a very technical IEM. Like all macro details you ever want are here. And the only issue I then have, well, it still sounds very grainy. There's definitely a strong BA timbre going on here. And the bass is still, it's a bit weak. It's not the weakest, but yeah, it's a bit on the weaker side. It's not that fast. It doesn't punch. It's just okay. But everything after that, like it images super nicely, it stages nicely. Really, there's nothing much I can otherwise complain in the technical sense of EQ. Besides, as you can see by graph, there's no upper treble whatsoever. So it does sound definitively like you're missing the micro details here. Transients also definitively reduced with this. But macro details really nicely done with the EQ, as I said. And really, if this would be basically exactly how I show you the measurements, or showed you probably in the back here, I would recommend this. At the price that I paid, it was like $70 or so. This would be super competitive. Like really, it would be amazingly competitive. But with the tuning we have here, it's utter garbage. And that brings us to the verdict. I mean, again, let me get it close to the camera. Is this a pretty IEM? Oh boy, is this nice as looking. And damn, is it well built while being pretty. And then still on top, the super smooth cable here. Oh yeah, this would be absolutely getting a recommendation from me. If it would be exactly how it should sound with EQ here. This is one of those cases where I really don't understand what was going on with the tuning here. And as I said, I strongly advise the company making a stealth revision, bringing down everything past 800 Hz by 6 decibels. This completely fixes the IEM. It makes it a really nice IEM. But as it stands, I can only strongly advise you stay away from it if you don't plan to EQ. It sounds absolutely garbagey. There's nothing positive I can say about it without EQ. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Questions, recommendations, or criticisms, please leave a comment. Donspektor out.